Greetings, everyone. I'm Laurie Baum. I'm a psychotherapist and astrologer here in Encinitas, California. And today is Friday, February 28th. And we're here today to talk about the Grand Cross alignment of 2014, which is an alignment where the planets of Jupiter, Mars, Uranus, and Pluto, as well as the Moon, will be forming a Grand Cross in the sky for 4 full days, from Sunday, April 20th until Wednesday, April 23rd. In addition to that, there will be a series of eclipses on April 15th and April 28th, bracketing this major planetary event, which is going to cause quite a bit of change in our world. You will be finding with so much celestial activity, especially the Grand Cross in the sky, that you'll be feeling as if you're at a crossroads in your life between the old and the new. As a result of this planetary alignment, which is very strong and has been building since 2010 and will culminate in 2015, you will feel as if you're in a crossroads in your life. And the end result, which will be manifesting in early 2015, will be that the old will be going away in favor of the new. So you may be feeling during this period that you'll be going through, as if going through the birth canal, where you'll be squeezed, and those things that you no longer need will be falling away in your life, and those things that you do need to embrace to bring in greater freedom and expansion and to go further into the light, as we do when we go through finish going through the birth canal, those things will be coming into our lives during this coming year. So we're really going to see an acceleration in all of the activity that we already are experiencing. We'll be seeing an intensification of that, getting ready to go into the next stage of growth and evolution for all of humanity. So everybody's going to be going through something, and everyone's going to have 4 areas of their lives very strongly activated as a result of the Grand Cross, because the Grand Cross has 4 arms, so that it will be affecting 4 areas of our lives, everyone. And so no one will feel like a victim, no one's alone, everybody is going to be going through something. And there will be an area of frustration and an area of disruption, followed by an area where there'll be some kind of a salvation or redemption, followed by a final transformation. So this is a time where we're really learning more about aspects of ourselves, resources of ourselves that we hadn't been aware of in the past, because they'll be called into bear at this time, and we'll be learning about how to implement and express those hidden parts of ourselves. So it'll all come through some delays and frustrations, which maybe many of you are already feeling, in order to give way to more ease. So you will be seeing this in all areas of the world, and we see governments coming into conflict with within one country between 2 factions, and we'll be seeing the housing market also going through quite a bit of gyrations in the coming year. Through July and August of 2014, housing prices will continue to go up, but we're going to see them start to flatten out and even go down after that time. So if you're selling a home, this is the time. If you're buying a home, I would wait until after the prices begin to stabilize after the summer. So the other thing we need to know is, for the first half of 2014, almost all of the inner planets, one or the other, they're taking turns, is in retrograde. So it's a time where we need a lot of rest, recuperation, renewal, reviewing of the past, reevaluating in order to choose our course for the future. So some of you may know a little about astrology, and in January of 2014 we had Venus retrograde. Then in February of 2014 we had Mercury retrograde, which everyone knows about that. Don't sign contracts and review and communication disruptions. And in March of 2014, so we have 1 day respite on February 28th, which is today. And tomorrow, March 1st, Mars will go retrograde, where it will be retrograde till May 19th. And then in the month of June, Mercury will go retrograde again. So finally in July, things will start straightening out again, and we'll be able to move forward. But during that time, it won't help to push the river. But do begin to set foundations in your life for the next stage of what you're going to be doing And think about the decisions that you'd like to make, what it is that you'd like to let go, that you'd no longer like to do, what isn't working for you, and what is it that you would like to be doing, what might be more beneficial for your growth. Ultimately, this is a time where we're establishing a greater connection to our souls. So what is it that you need to do? Is it more quiet time? Is it more activity, more meditation, more writing, more socializing with like-minded people? Whatever it is, it's a time to make a choice. So now we're going to go through each of the signs and talk about what will be the four areas that are going to be called into question and be up for review or change during the coming months, particularly during the Grand Cross alignment and the 2 eclipses. So the month of April is going to be very key for everyone. If you're in Aries, the area of disruption will be questions about your sense of self. Who am I? Why are people responding the way I am? What should I be doing with the rest of my life? If your area of frustration during all of this will be feeling a little bit psychologically depleted. The area of redemption or salvation will be through familiarity right now, even though you're going toward a period of change. And it will be through the home and family and familiar surroundings. Ultimately, your transformation will come through your path in the world. That you're preparing now to do something different, to become more of a leader, to be more in the fiery role that is so characteristic of Aries, and it is your destiny. Now, if you're a Taurus, the disruption is going to be to your sense of well-being and your sleep. So a lot is going to be happening subconsciously for you. And your area of frustration would be delays in relationships. But the good news is those relationships where you've been putting a lot of energy will be very rewarding and be strengthened during this period. And it's even a time to make commitments in relationship. The salvation or redemption will be particularly with relationships with your neighbors, your siblings, your brothers and sisters, and your cousins. So, and the transformation for you is that this is a time for tremendous opening spiritually. So get ready for a spiritual opening. If you're a Gemini, your area of disruption will be many, many new people coming into your lives, and I know you like that, but it's also going to be a little bit disruptive, and people might be doing unexpected things. So it will be a time where you will be, perhaps normal routines won't be so normal. They'll be a little bit, things might be a little bit helter-skelter. The frustration will be potentially a lack of physical energy, so it's really important that you rest, particularly during the first half of 2014, and that will gradually, your energy will return in the second half of the year. Your area of salvation will be finances. You should be having a pretty good time financially with money coming in unexpectedly, particularly around your birthday and the summer of 2014. But do save what you receive, because this is a little bit of a temporary blip. And finally, the area of transformation is in your self-awareness. So you're going to be needing to do a lot of introspection, perhaps meditation, maybe writing or journaling, maybe some kind of form of psychotherapy, some form of contemplation, and do use affirmations and prayers. They'll be very helpful to you at this time. Now, if you're a Cancer, you're going to be very sensitive to the solar and lunar eclipses that are coming in April. So do be prepared that you may feel more emotional than usual, but that's normal. And you will be finding new ways of entering the world. Now, interestingly, the outcome of all of this is that you're going to be finding new, authentic ways to express yourself and to be you in the world. And the way this is going to happen is through relationships. You're going to be having a lot of intense relationships during this coming 6 months and really through the rest of the year, where people will be challenging you in some way and really forcing you to question why you've been doing things the way you have. And it's typical for Cancer to kind of back off if people aren't necessarily supportive of you, but actually they are trying to support you. They're trying to help you to be a better you. So try not to run away if you feel challenged. Try to look inward and see what that might be about, because you're really getting ready to express a whole new level of yourself. Now, if you're a Leo, the disruption you're going to feel is in your sense of spiritual well-being. You may feel a lack of faith in the coming year or so. Your frustration will be in your relationship to your family and your roots. It may not feel as stable as it has in the past. The salvation you'll feel is through your spiritual connection. That's where your answers are going to be coming. And the transformation will be in a stronger spiritual connection as well as stronger health. There may be a health problem that has been bothering you in the past, and this would be a time for that to rectify itself. It could be something heart-related, circulatory-related, or blood pressure, and that should be rectifying itself during this next year. Now, if you're a Virgo, the area of disruption will be in long-held attitudes about the way the world should be or the way that you should relate to the world. The frustration would be through tests or lessons you'd be getting from neighbors, siblings, or cousins. So your immediate environment may be posing some kind of a challenge to you that will be providing some kind of lesson as well. The salvation will be experiences good. You're going to have a very good relationship with the public, friends, community. They're going to be very supportive of you at this time, and that's going to help you quite a bit. The transformation is going to be greater expression of your authentic self. Now, if you're a Libra, you will be experiencing your disruption in your relationships. And I know relationships are a center of your attention and your focus, and you're going to be required to assert yourself more rather than accommodating everybody else. You will be letting go of those relationships or those relationship patterns that are no longer working. An area of frustration you may experience during this is that financial resources are not coming as readily as they had been. They might not be as readily available as they have been in the past. The salvation for you is your good reputation and your work. Those areas, people are going to be very receptive to you, and that's going to feel like an area that's continuing to work in your favor. Finally, your transformation is in your own home. There may be a move, a renovation, a change in your relationship to your own family, and you will be expressing your power in a stronger way. If you're a Scorpio, you will be feeling the disruptions in the area of your health. Your energy levels won't be as high. You may be having erratic energy levels or fevers as toxins from the past are burnt away in your body. Your area of frustration will be in trying to express yourself. You may feel that there are delays in getting your point across, or people may not be understanding you as well as they have in the past. You're going to be experiencing your limits, your human limits, and I know you have boundless energy, but right now things are a little bit more quiet for you, and you're in a period of rest before transforming to become something much greater than you have been in the past. Your redemption is through spiritual study. That's really going to help you quite a bit. And the ultimate transformation is going to come through your ability to communicate in a much more forthcoming, clear way in terms of expressing yourself. So try to be more authentic. See, honesty will get you everywhere, and the truth will set you free. So really do experiment with what's really in your heart, really expressing the truth of whatever it is that you may be feeling in any given moment. Now, if you're a Sagittarian, your area of disruption will be in your ways of expressing your creativity. Not so much yourself, but how you express the product of yourself. And the area of frustration may be that you'll be integrating quite a lot of energy from your past lives at this time, talents you've developed in past incarnations, and relationships you've developed, and also relationships that have not gone well in the past. This is the time to rectify everything that's gone on earlier in this life and in earlier lives. Your area of salvation is through introspection, and your transformation is going to be through the area of financial responsibility. So you'll be feeling what goes in must match what goes out, and you're going to learn more about being economical or thrifty, and you're going to have more of a greater appreciation for your material abundance, that which you do have. Now, if you're a Capricorn, the area of your disruption comes with the family constellation, the relationships with family, home, and your roots. Your area of frustration may be in friendships, and that they're not maybe providing what you think that you're giving, you're not getting back, or you may not be able to count on people as much as in the past. Although those relationships which are solid and will carry forward in the future will become even stronger at this time. Your area of salvation is through one-on-one partnerships, so close one-on-one relationships will be very rewarding for you, very harmonious, particularly the ones where you invest a lot of your own personal energy. And finally, your area of transformation is in self-empowerment. You're going to get in touch with a lot more of the power within yourself and your ability to move forward, really asserting what you really believe to be true and not following along with others. So you're really going to become a leader during the coming times. Now, if you're an Aquarian, the area of disruption for you is through technology and electronics. You've got a lot more ideas than you can possibly implement, and even in one lifetime. But this is really going to be a time where you're going to see either the limitations of electronics or rely very heavily and see that they can't completely service your needs. And you're going to have many more new ideas that you're going to be able to implement in your life. The area of frustration is going to be the delay in those ideas. And the area of salvation for you is the strength of your physical health. Your physical stamina is really going to get you through quite a lot in the coming time. And the area of transformation is your greater access to your soul and past life talents. You're really going to be coming in touch with who you've been over many incarnations, and you're going to be able to draw on that wisdom. It's going to be very satisfying for you. Okay, if you're a Pisces, the area of disruption is in finances. Money's coming in and going out at a rate you really can't track. It's very, very difficult to rely on old patterns or to even keep track. There'll be expenses you don't expect and money coming that you hadn't expected as well. The area of frustration will be a test of faith for you. You're a very spiritual sign, one of the most spiritual of all the signs in the zodiac, and you tend to surrender easily to spirit, to God, and to the universe, and to have faith that everything's going to turn out well. And you know that it will, and that's your area of transformation in this year. Is even when things don't look like they're going to go well, you know that they will, and that's the outcome, the upshot of this year. The area of redemption or salvation for you in this coming year is through your creativity, especially through music, being by water, getting in touch with the deeper rhythms in your own soul. And finally, the area of transformation is by letting go of people who are no longer serving you. You will be more clear and free to develop your relationship with God and with the infinite. So for every sign, this is really a time to look at your life, see what isn't working. It's not a time to hold on. It's a time really to let go so that your higher self can have greater energy and time to help to guide you to what's really in your highest good. So it's not necessarily a time to rely on the shoulds or what other people say or what's even worked in the past, because the past is going away as a result of this grand cross alignment, where everyone is going to be at a crossroads, and when we get to those crossroads, we're going to have to go one way or the other. And by definition, we won't be able to go in all ways at once. So again, it's a time to let go of old habits and allow new patterns to form in your lives, and to really enjoy the process. Everything's going to be better, and at the very least, you're going to have a very new perspective on yourself and in the world you live in this coming time. So I wish you all the best, and thank you for being together with me today. And if you have further questions, you're welcome to visit my website or to get in touch with me. And that would be www.lauriebaum.com.